Yet another session that has gone India's way on day 3 of the first test against Bangladesh in Chattogram. 36 for no loss with KL Rahul on 20 and Shubman Gill on 15. And India's lead is now 290. They have kind of scored at a rate of close to 15 overs, if you may say, just about 2.4 per over. So there is a bit of confidence, but the aggression factor, well, it depends on the situation that India are in. Because look, you need not go overtly aggressive in a session just before lunch. Maybe when they come back, you may see the scoring rate increase at this point in time. Just before the final over, I mean, when the final over was bowled, KL Rahul showed his intent with two boundaries of Mehdi Hassan, and that is why India's lead is now nearing 300. And mostly by the end of the day, Bangladesh could bat again with India having a lead in excess of 400 or maybe close to 450. Maybe the plan for India will be now bat until 1 hour is left before the stumps break. And then when 1 hour is left, insert Bangladesh and get a couple of wickets. And on day 4, the game is effectively sealed. That is the protocol by which India seemed to be approaching this current situation. So the summary of the day is essentially what has happened until lunch. Kuldeep Yadav took his third 5-wicket haul and Bangladesh were bowled out for 150. India were armed with a 254-run lead, and many people thought that KL Rahul might enforce the follow-on. But in a rather, you may say, a 50-50 moment, KL Rahul decided to not enforce the follow-on, and that is why India batted again, and they have now stretched the lead to 290 with all 10 wickets intact. KL Rahul is batting aggressively on 20, Shubman Gill is on 15, and if you have to just say, what is the strike rate with which KL Rahul is operating with Shubman Gill? Well, somewhere in the middling, if you may say. Not so high, not so low. But yes, scoring at 2.4 runs per over, the pitch, Mehdi Hassan and Taijul are getting the ball. They are not getting that much of turn as Kuldeep or Ashwin was getting. Not that much of bounce as well, considering the fact that maybe they are not able to utilize the conditions on the wicket that much better. So that is the situation we have at the lunch interval, but there will still be a lot of debate as to why KL Rahul did not enforce the follow-on. With 254 runs, you would have expected any captain, especially against a Bangladesh side that is very, very low on confidence with the bat. They could have very well enforced the follow-on and taken a couple of wickets maybe. But in the modern era of Test cricket, if you have looked at it, teams that do badly in the first innings, they do realize their mistake. And then in the second innings, they put up a rather better show with the bat. That is one area of argument which is there. That is the reason why KL Rahul did not want to give them a chance. But the bowling unit just bowled 55 overs. They had a rest prior to that. And so they should be fresh, isn't it? But looking at the way how the two wickets fell today, I mean, Ibadat Hussain and Mehdi Hassan were really, really showing good application, good defense, good technique. Ibadat Hussain was strangled down the leg side, and if you have to look at how Mehdi Hassan was stumped, he was beaten down by the flight and he missed a slog rather than a very good ball. So the indications are still there that the pitch is very good to bat on if you apply yourself. The application was missing from the Bangladesh team, and that is what Rangana Herath, their spinning coach, had said that, look, it was disappointing to lose 8 wickets because they didn't apply themselves and the decision making was not good. You couldn't do anything about Litton Das's dismissal because that was a peach of a delivery. But the other dismissal, Shakib's brain fade, okay, he tried to be confident, but was that the right shot in the right circumstances? That you'll have to debate upon. So KL Rahul, I can understand the decision as to why he did not enforce the follow-on. Maybe he wanted to shut all the doors for Bangladesh when it came to a possible. Because supposing Bangladesh had made 350 or 400 in the second innings, and looking at the way how the pitch is, maybe chasing 150, 160 in the fourth innings could have been a tricky prospect. KL Rahul did not want that. He went by convention, saying that, okay, I will bat Bangladesh out of the contest, and then after that, we will be fit enough and fully fresh enough to take 10 wickets in the fourth and the fifth days. Now, the problem is, whatever family members might be saying that, okay, KL Rahul did not show aggression. Oh, he's a very defensive captain. Maybe by not enforcing a follow-on with a 254-run lead, they are not wrong with it. But people are saying that, okay, maybe KL Rahul might just want to bat Bangladesh out of the contest. They are also not wrong. So there is no definite right or wrong in this as to a decision that KL Rahul took. Maybe it is to the best of the team that he decided not to enforce the fall. Maybe it was a collective team decision. The team decided, okay, we will not enforce the follow on. Let us just bat again. We'll get rest, and that's it. So that is the way I look at it. It was a collective team decision. And let's not forget that KL Rahul's captaincy in this test match has been very, very aggressive. It's been proactive. He's kept the right field. He's ensured that the pressure has been maintained. And that is why you have to give credit where it is due. Maybe Bangladesh just about batted enough to ensure that India will not enforce the follow-on. So that is why credit to the tailenders as well for ensuring that time would be eked out of it. So that is the way the situation is at this point in time. And now Darsh Pandya has a request for KL Rahul that India should play aggressive now as they have enough of a target. They should play baseball with a lead of over 290 now. Okay, try telling this to Cheteshwar Pujara, Darsh. Really, notorious nerd indeed. Try telling it to Cheteshwar Pujara. And Rahul, good morning. We have seen him. No, but
right place.
Is it? But are India in the right place at this point in time?
They were in the right place.
Yes.
Today also.
Yeah.
Today
So,
also.
and that is what I'm joined by Rahul. Rohit is leaving for Bangladesh tomorrow. Any confirmation that Rohit is leaving for Bangladesh tomorrow?
I don't have any information or confirmation.
You don't have any information or confirmation. Okay, so the big debate is around KL Rahul. Should he have enforced the follow-on with a 254-run deficit? Oh, sorry. I mean, Bangladesh were having a deficit of 254. Do you think he should have enforced the follow-on? Or has he done the right thing?
See, you can look at. There are two ways to look at it. Obviously, I think result was never in doubt. Because it seems that India should win this game. Even yesterday also it seemed that India will win this game. And secondly, I think KL Rahul, because he's not been among the runs in the recent past, so maybe he thought one more innings without any pressure can get some runs under his belt before he takes that break. Of course, there's a second test also to be played. Maybe he can get those runs. Maybe just bit of confidence with the bat if he can get some runs. But for me, if you ask me, I think India should have enforced the follow-on.
Okay. Because there were arguments that, okay, the Indian team bowlers were fresh. They just bowled 55 overs.
Exactly.
But looking at the way how the 2 wickets fell, they had to work hard for that. I mean, Ibadat and Mehdi were showing application. Khaled Ahmed was also showing application. So maybe Rahul thought, okay, what if Bangladesh bat better in the second innings? Then I will bat again. Just shut the door on any kind of probability that Bangladesh have a fight back. And then go by convention.
You
take
tell
10
me,
wickets.
you had a lead of close to
254.
254. How much do you think Bangladesh would have scored on this wicket if you would have enforced the follow-on? 250, 350,
Yes.
350, 375?
That is, we are expecting way too much for Bangladesh with their current batting lineup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So you didn't back yourself to get those 125 odd runs in the fourth innings. That tells you the confidence. So here you can say that it also tells you that maybe you were a bit underconfident because you wanted to bat, because you knew that you don't have runs under your belt. So let's get some runs without any pressure of scoreboard A. Or the other thing also speaks about your underconfidence as to if you would have enforced follow-on and if Bangladesh would have managed somewhere around 350 or 400. So maybe you thought that 150 could be a tricky target in the fourth innings. So for me, I think they should have enforced the follow-on, as I think majority of our viewers, and I haven't heard from you about your opinion on this. But I think majority of the people, because I remember I was listening to Sanjay Manjrekar, and he said the moment Bangladesh lost their last wicket, and KL Rahul ran towards the dressing
Yes,
room.
yes.
So he said that for all those who thought that India will enforce follow-on apologies.
Yes.
I think that's what it would be interesting. Whoever comes
But
in
in
the
the
press
recent
conference.
past, how many captains have enforced follow-ons? Because
No, they don't.
they don't.
They
Because
don't.
after the Eden Test of 2001, a lot of them are spooked about taking the follow-on. And yes, I think the additional burden of having to play so many formats also, I think, bowler management seems to be a big issue. That is why they don't go bang bang. And but yes, with this, I can understand if it was in England or it was a South Africa or in Australia, they don't enforce the follow-on. But Bangladesh, because they just have two batsmen of merit in that. One is Shakib, the other is Mushfiqur. Get them out cheaply, and the rest of the batting, and for even Liton Das is a good player, but he lacks that experience factor in tests. So that is why it's a 50-50 decision. I think KL Rahul wanted to rest his bowlers. I think it was a collective decision. He alone would not have taken it.
See, when you talk about that Eden Garden Test match in 2001, one of the protagonists of that win sits in the dressing room as the head
Yes.
coach of the Indian team. So, I'm sure Rahul Dravid also would have had his say in this decision not to enforce the follow on. And then, in the morning, Mohammad Siraj and Umesh Yadav were checking the new ball.
Yes.
It seemed as if that India would enforce the follow on in case the situation arises. But as it turns out that India are batting again in the second innings.
Yes. So the aim should be now, okay, what if they lose a wicket? Will Cheteshwar Pujara come in or should Rishabh Pant be promoted?
Why? I don't think. No, see, everybody has to get runs.
Yes.
So that's the reason why they chose not to enforce the follow on.
Yep.
So Chiteshwar, why would you deny Chiteshwar Pujara those runs, those important valuable runs? He got 90 in the first innings.
innings.
As simple as that. Why would you change that batting order? Cheteshwar Pujara you can't just outcast him and say no. We need Rishabh Pant to get some runs.
Yes.
He's also under pressure.
He is also under pressure. So, but then Kuldeep Yadav, now has he increased the problem of plenty that is there in the Indian cricket team now? Because heading into the home series, but do you see him making the cut for the Australia series, Border Gavaskar, or do you think when Jadeja comes back, Ashwin settled? That is it.
No, I doubt when Jadeja comes back, and you also have to see how many of these players are fit and available, because you never know with the Indian cricket team. Also, there's too much of cricket happening, so that's one reason. But amazing. I was just 2019.
Yeah. Sydney Test.
Sydney Test.
5 for 99.
In January 2019, he played that Sydney Test, got a fifer, and then thereafter he waited for more than 2 years to play a Test match, and that happened in India against England. Against England, more than 2 years, and there he got to bowl 12 overs in 2 innings, 6 overs each in each of the 2 innings.
Yep.
Then again, after almost 2 years, he gets to play another test match, gets a fifer. So, things have not been too easy for Kuldeep Yadav. I remember even when he was with part of that Kolkata Knight Riders, he was not, he was going through a rough phase basically. And there were, at least, I don't know if I can say this here, so there were reports also, at that time that the management of the KKR was also told not to pick him.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yeah, in 2020, 2021, he hardly played about 2 games.
And
after
that was the
2019
time he wasn't going through a good phase in Indian cricket also.
Yep.
He was being dropped on and off. I don't know for what reasons. His confidence had gone down considerably. But thankfully, he's got his mojo back with that IPL performance also last year.
Delhi
with
Capitals.
Delhi. He looked like a man possessed. He was fielding.
That
Not
catch
just,
that he took
exactly,
in the KKR game.
not just with the ball. He was fielding very well, and I think he's worked a lot on his batting. And at times, when you get runs with the bat for a bowler, it also gives you the confidence. You then come back to bowl with a better confidence. So and his ball, and I think pitch also helped him a lot. But so is the case with other bowlers also. It was the same track on which Ashwin also bowled, Akshar also bowled, Bangladeshi spinners also bowled. But I thought by far Kuldeep Yadav was by far the best. He was just, it seemed as if he was toying with the batsmen. They were kept guessing, as to where the ball will turn. Will it turn or will it not? And that was sharp turn. Huh?
Yeah, and all the dismissals you get, they had variety in it. Shakib was beaten by the dip and the flight, and that's why he played a rash shot. Mushfiqur, ball spun back in. Taijul, the way how he got out, quicker delivery, it skidded through. Even Ibadat Hussain, a big sharp leg break turning in, and he got strangled down the leg side. So that is how he got turn, vicious turn as well. He bowled with the right amount of pace on this Chattogram wicket, because I think Mehdi and Taijul, either they were too slow or they didn't hit the right lengths. That is the case. Kuldeep was hitting the lengths on a consistent basis now, and that is why you will see that in the fourth innings, when Bangladesh bat, it's going to be a wholly different proposition altogether. Aksar very unlucky to not take more than one wicket, because he was consistently bowling in that off-stump line. And how did it miss the off-stump on a couple of occasions? It was very, very unbelievable. So there is a debate on aggressive cricket. I mean, does the situation here warrant aggressive? And what is aggressive cricket, by the way?
So, Siddharth, there's one thing. I think we correlate aggression with the
Baseball.
baseball.
Yes.
So basically, and baseball, as in, if you play attacking cricket shots with the bat, that is considered as aggressive cricket.
Yes.
But I think this is fun zone. He's saying, this kind of aggressive cricket, it's better
That you sleep well in the winters.
Exactly. So anyway, so but aggression is also there in the mindset, your approach. Unfortunately, what our friend Fun Zone is, I think, referring to is that aggression with the approach also. You could have enforced the follow-on, would have gone for the kill today itself, wrapped up the match. KL Rahul, the captain, has won this game in a matter of 3 days.
Yes.
So I think that is what he's referring. Now what is happening is Bangladesh also know that we don't have too much of a chance to win this test match. They started with an open field, nothing attacking about that field placement. And now what you have to do is easy singles, easy singles. Now just the match will just meander towards
400, 450
exactly
target.
up until when India doesn't declare, till the time India doesn't declare. Okay, Ajay Chawla, I'll take a few questions quickly. Neela Kandan first.
Neela Kandan is saying
Neela
Rishabh can come at number 3 to make sure to lead India by 400 runs. But again, what wrong did Cheteshwar Pujara do? He put you in that position with Shreyas Iyer.
And why do you need Rishabh Pant to get to 400, by the way?
Yeah.
Why do you have enough time in this test match? Today is just the third day. First session has gotten over. So basically, you have 2 sessions today, 3 sessions tomorrow, then 3. So you have 8 sessions left in this game. So India can easily bat for another couple of sessions, or at least 3 sessions, I think. India, if everything goes fine, if these batsmen they get runs, I think India will bat. Ideally, India will bat till lunch tomorrow. Else, what India can do is India can then give them to bat later in the an hour or so towards
Before
the end of the day today.
Yeah, that is the ideal plan what I would go with. Bat until 1 hour is left before stumps. Insert Bangladesh in, because you would have gone to total in excess of 400 by that time. So let's see how that goes.
Ajay Chawla, I think it's not a dead rubber, Ajay, by the way. Rajiv B is saying, I remember Virat Kohli saying that aggressive mindset is looking to score first and then defend. But here, don't see that intent from the openers.
But again, I think you can afford to have a little bit of a casual approach in this match, because you are in a good position.
But this is what I'm saying. No,
Not a good precedent going ahead.
And Siddharth, I understand what you are saying, that you can actually go ahead with a casual approach. I don't know if you're talking about the batting. The problem is, now what if you get dismissed cheaply again? Then that finger pointing will start again. That KL Rahul, just because he needed some runs,
Yes.
chose not to enforce the follow-on. And what happens that here also he can't get runs.
He can't get
So
runs,
that's,
yes.
I think KL Rahul, and also KL Rahul won't get too much to bat. Of course, he'll play the next test also, hopefully.
Yeah.
Then this innings. Thereafter, he most likely is going for a break, so he won't play that Sri Lanka series.
Yep.
And I'm not too sure if he would be available for the New Zealand series also. But as things stand, he should be available. At least the BCCI and the new selection committee will try and push for him to play the New Zealand series. He can't miss two back-to-back series.
Yeah.
Then the Australia will come to India. So maybe runs under the belt ahead of a crucial series. Maybe that will give him some confidence.
Yep.
But what if he fails? What is
then
thinking
the
behind?
knives will only get sharpened.
Exactly, and they've got an open field. If he goes and play that attacking sort of cricket,
Yep.
so that can he can lose. Sir, respect your opinion, Rajiv B is saying, but these small changes only will enable India to become ruthless in future. We cannot overnight become ruthless, Rajiv.
Yep, agreed, totally. So that debate will forever be there. I mean, was it lack of aggression, lack of confidence from KL Rahul that he did not enforce the follow on? But okay, if India win, then I think if you were to look at proactive captaincy, then you have to set the benchmark from this series. Guys, Ajay, have you seen the script for Gaba for tomorrow's test? Is as green as outfield. Ajay Chawla saying, but then that green cover is just there so that the pitch can remain firm. In Australia also now that condition is there, that okay, as the day progresses, it will become flat. There'll hardly be that much of movement.
But this is Brisbane.
Yes.
Traditionally, one of those grounds in Australia
Which has pace and bounce.
Exactly.
And also swing, natural swing.
Movement, yeah.
Yep. So Australia versus South Africa begins tomorrow, 17th to 21st. And Australia have a huge problem. No Josh Hazelwood out with a side strain.
By the way, a lot of people, in fact, Mohammad Javed is also asking that. I believe you must have seen that report. In fact, I just checked. Nitin, our
Yes.
colleague Nitin Srivastav, has just informed us that Rohit Sharma most likely is available for the second test. So he'll just fly out to Bangladesh and make himself available for the second test. He had a dislocated thumb.
Yep.
So I believe that he's recovered.
So second test at Mirpur, which begins on 22nd, we could see Rohit Sharma back, but who goes, that will be a different conundrum altogether then. So we are all set for the second session, which will begin shortly, and India hopefully get to about 400 in that session itself. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment, and share button, and don't forget FIFA action. We are building up to that. 2 days to go for the grand final. We'll be getting updates from Doha. We'll be having updates from here as well. So press that bell icon so that you know when we go live with that. Thank you. Bye bye. Vanakkam. See you in the tea break.